It smells of wine, whiskey, OT, foodie, pizzery, fiery, antique.
Because you've got a hangover.
I do.
I'm going.
Ready?
Bye.
As you know and can see, Chad has a face for radio. They're not penises, Stephanie.
So take, for example, your uniform, sir. Raising Brits.
You could be here.
Your name could be here or here. Just subscribe to the Brazen Brits.
Welcome back to Brazen Brits. Stephanie got me drunk last night.
I did not get you drunk.
I was fine, and then you kept me up drinking. We're in Niagara Falls.
We're not.
Apparently we're not in Niagara Falls. Let's roll the intro and let me wake up a minute, and then I spilled coffee on me already. All right, let's roll the intro and then we'll. That was very Todd Collins. Switch it up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it makes me wonder.
So yes, once again, Lawrence is a little worse for wear, but we are at Niagara Fort, not Niagara Falls. Close. It's a little bit nippy. We're in New York. But yes, and we're here with Chad and Sabrina, as Stephanie has flown in specially for this. Not the fort, the area.
So we're at Fort Niagara. We're in a very quiet museum right now, but you all know how crazy I am about American flags. I recently bought a 45-star flag. Behind us is one of 3 oldest US flags in existence. So this is a 15-star flag. The British came over in 1811, I think. Right, they conquered America, and then they stole the flag, and they took it back, and they presented it to the royalty, whatever. This was found in an attic in Scotland.
Wow.
In someone's house. Obviously it's not the whole thing, only the dark patches are the original flag, the rest of it is something is new.
So are we here to claim it back?
We're here. Right, how do we get in there? So yeah, this is one of 3 of the oldest flags, American flags, in the world. Not in the world in America,
in the world.
In the world. Anyway, we're at Fort Niagara, so we're going to go watch a movie, then I'm going to pretend that it's off the top of my head and give you some facts, and then we're going to go walk around the fort.
Sounds good.
Okay, I answered our question. So it was the French built it.
Yeah.
Then they were generally okay with the native Indians, but there were a few little fights there. Then the British took over, stole it from the French. Then there was a treaty, and what they said was this was American land, and we said, okay, cool, you can have it back. And so the British over there is Fort George, just behind us. So the British are over there. So essentially that was Britain. This was America.
Yeah.
Then those damn Americans attacked the British just over this water here.
Started a
fight, and the British were like, we're not having that. So that's when we came over in 1811, and we took it back, and that's when we stole the flag. And they took the flag back to England to give it to the king and say, look how cool we are. And the king said, I don't want it. And then it ended up in a castle in Scotland, in the attic. And so that's what happened. And then
there's another treaty. You're going to have it back again.
Yeah, I think then we gave it back.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we're like, sorry about that.
Sorry about that. You can have it back. Here you go.
So we should mention that Natalie's sister Stephanie is back again. She will not leave us alone.
Nope.
And we're also here with our friends Chad and Sabrina that we met at the Switch It Up huddle last year.
Also will not leave them alone.
Nope.
There's Sabrina.
Where's beautiful
so
Sabrina?
That's the best thing about RVing. Is that so now you can come over. Do you know you've probably visited more states in America than most Americans?
Yep, I know. Mad,
just because you come over.
Just because I come to see you.
Exactly.
Like, not my sister, of course, that would be silly. I'd come to see you.
Steph's chatting up there. Nice Canadian guy.
You've got this again. Don't mess it up.
I mean, she's single. She's single, right? Good for you, Steph. You keep going.
Well, yeah, I like how she's telling him the history of this fort. Like she's a new expert of it.
Every now and then she's doing a little touch on him like this.
Of course she is.
Flirting. This is Steph's flirting.
That's what I mean by it.
And then we gave it
Ciao, tag.
Once again, at this time, there will be a musket firing demonstration at point Number 6, the powder magazine. Aren't you glad you weren't standing in front of me? Not that I would have hit them anyway.
Do you know what this is?
Pizza oven?
No. This is a hotshot oven. They would heat the cannonballs up in this, and then they'd fire them across at the fort, at Fort George, to attempt to light the structures on fire.
See, this is what happens.
When Stephanie finds
Yeah,
a
when
French
you throw
soldier.
hot metal at us, we come over and we destroy your house. And we take it.
Then just hand it back.
And then we just give it back. We don't want it.
But the Scottish had to sell us the flag back. They wouldn't just give it back. We had to buy it back.
That's true. You did have to buy it back, and they didn't actually give a number, but I think it was a lot.
I bet it was a lot.
I bet it was.
Yeah, in pounds.
Yeah, like 40 pounds.
55, 60 pounds.
I'm pretty sure this is the first Domino's. You know how when you put Domino's, it goes through the oven? That's what this is. They put the pizza in here, and then it goes down a slope, and as it goes down, it cooks the pizza, and then at the end, it comes out. Who would have thunk it? It's definite. That's really cool. And they've got the wheels on this side of the cabinet. But we were just discussing, what do you think? Do you think when they were doing this, they would shout, pivot!
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 Absolutely.
Pivot! Pivot! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
In a proper Ross
Yeah,
kind of way.
that's a Friends reference if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen
I think
it,
everyone's seen Friends.
I know, I'm not sure. Actually, I think I did meet someone once who'd never seen Friends. I don't know.
Was it my kids? Because they've definitely seen it now.
No. So if you haven't seen Friends, where have you been?
Where have you been?
Apparently we're very lucky today because the Coast Guard helicopter just landed this morning, and during our little presentation he just fired it up, so I think he's going to take off. It's very loud. So Chad actually just spotted they have an actual pizza oven here, a real one. I think that was the original one. Then they built the Domino's one over there and then called it a cannonball heater. So this is the old French house. This is they built this like first. And well, they say it's a house. It looks like a house.
Chateau.
A chateau, but it's not. There's actually, this is literally a fort.
Secret
So the cool
fort.
thing is, above these windows here, there's a little hole there. That was there purposely because this was their chambers, and that hole is there so that when they were attacking and people were trying to get in, they can shoot straight down.
Fun facts.
That's cool, isn't it? It's a good idea. Rather than hanging out a window, you can stay in there and just shoot down. So, this is like the kitchen. See that block of wood there? I reckon that's how they made old fashions. You know, they burn the wood and then you put the cup on it and you get the smoke in it. I reckon that's what that's for. Pizza and an old fashioned. I wonder if they called it a new fashion back then.
We could get more dogs on this bed.
This bed.
This is Natalie's favourite place. Like her bed. Dog bed. No, I would be in the middle.
No, this is Natalie's perfect bed for me and her. And she would be over there and I would be over here. And of course, I don't need any of the covers anyway, so Natalie will just take them all down there.
And then all of the dogs.
And then all the dogs in the middle.
This
This is Natalie's perfect house.
And it's small enough for both of us.
You know one thing you can't experience on video? The smell. It smells of wine, whiskey, OT, foodie, pizzery, fiery, antique.
Because you've got a hangover.
I do have a hangover and I'm very, very hungry. It is the bed.
It is the bed.
Here's another one upstairs.
Yeah.
Everyone just sleeps along here. They must have been really short. They don't look very big, do they?
No.
But I think people were a lot shorter in the 1700s.
Do you reckon?
I think so. Probably not shorter than you, but you know.
Nobody's shorter than me.
They're not penises, Stephanie.
Penis walls.
You are really single, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay, so we're at the very top level now. And so this is where those things are. So this is basically like the guard room, I assume.
Yep.
They probably have beds here as well. I reckon these are beds.
Oh no, I don't think
then-
they are. I think this is where they used to stand.
This is just where they would stand, but you can open the things at the bottom of the windows there and just shoot down, so when
Look,
people are
Chad,
coming up
penis
to the
holes.
wall. So Chad looks like he's peeing, so maybe Steph's right and they are penis holes.
Penis
All good?
could probably sleep more than
I
that.
reckon I could fit another 5 in.
This is just for you and your men, Steph. After this video goes out, you could be here.
Your name could be here or here. Just subscribe to the Brazen Prince.
Be quiet, because they're doing a presentation in there, but I reckon that's a secret door. They've tried to cover it up and hide it with a bench. I wonder what's in there. I bet it's full of wine. I have to say, Sabrina, I didn't think this house bit would be the best bit. I thought the rest of the fort would be, but so far, this chateau is the best part.
It is. It's really cool to see how people lived and to realize how old this building is and how intact it is.
This was like the first one. Can you remember how old this is?
What, 1647?
16, something like that.
Oh, don't quote me on that. Look that up and
Yeah, I always get the facts wrong off the top of my head, so I'll just overlay it.
yeah, put the real date in when we get there.
We have just found an ancient artifact. This is an ancient fire extinguisher.
From the 1700s?
Steph, did you see the sign?
Look!
Says men.
This way! Oh, I got stuck in with that guy because I felt bad because I was on my own and you were telling a story. Anyway, so that was the trade room, and that was like their main trade was fur. And so we're showing all the different types of fur and everything, but beaver fur was like the main one. Because when they shave it and treat it with mercury, it turns into felt.
Huh.
And that's why the Mad Hatter is mad in Alice in Wonderland, because the mercury seeped into his skin and made him go crazy. Now there's a place in England called Hatfield, and
That's right next to St Albans, where I grew up.
that's where they used to make hats. And there was a British couple here that said that everyone's a little crazy in Hatfield, and they think it's because of the remnants of the mercury.
No way! Is
Fun
that why
facts.
I'm crazy?
Fun facts from Natalie.
Not sure if you can see on camera, but that is Toronto over there. How far did you say Toronto is? 30 miles? 35 miles back there. And actually earlier it was much clearer and you could see some other cities either side. I don't know what they would be. Oh, you can actually see a little bit over there. So actually on the property there's two other small fort buildings that were built afterwards, I think by the Americans. They're basically exactly the same. They're just small fort buildings, but the idea was one either side of the main building, and they're basically the first line of defence before any attackers get to that building. Well, that's creepy. Sabrina's already up here.
So this section is just a small part of Fort Niagara. When back in the day when it first started, it was the whole park and the town was the whole fort.
Huh, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
I thought it was just this.
Nope. It was spread all the way out for miles. A mile down that way and then back that way. Sabrina's fun facts. Great.
Is that just off the top of your head?
Just off the top of my head.
Top of her head.
Chad, as you know and can see, Chad has a face for radio. But even more so, he has the voice for radio. So do you want to do the ending credits? Have you ever seen one of our videos?
Do you have a YouTube channel?
We have a YouTube channel, did you know that? So they
What
do
do you
all
say
the
at the
things.
end?
Do you know what they do to do all the things?
Ah, the tits?
That's, well, we put a bit more context around it than that, typically. But yeah, so obviously they need to like, they need to subscribe,
Like, subscribe,
share, hit the bell button.
Hit the bell button.
Natalie loves it when you hit the thanks
She
button.
does love it when you hit her buttons.
And if you'd like to become a Braziere, are you a Braziere?
I am a Braziere. I'm the top Braziere.
Are you? Well, thanks. Paid for our tickets. So yeah, if you'd like to come Braziere, you can hit the join button to support a couple of tits, Chad and myself.